2009 is a year of dramatic change. Housing market conditions seem to be changing overnight, and so too is public reaction to the threat of climate change. Home purchasers are still looking for location, 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 but their preferences are including some new directions.
When my family was looking for a home, we wanted a place to live where my husband could walk or cycle to work and the kids could walk to school. This neighborhood fit perfectly. We can also walk to the grocery store, to the doctor's or dentist's office, and even to the beach.
This neighborhood design allows this family to rely on just one car. Not using a second car can save roughly $9,000 per year. And walking or cycling cuts the number of car trips per day by more than half. We need these kinds of reductions in urban vehicle trips to mitigate greenhouse gases and to slow down climate change. The grid pattern of streets in this neighborhood design distributes traffic evenly, and it makes cycle and walk connections short and easy. The subdivision, road, and walkway pattern encourages active transportation. Active transportation is the use of our own muscle power to move between destinations. Cycling, of course, but also walking, jogging, inline skating, stroller, and wheelchair use. In certain environments, this can also include kayaking or other commuting by boat. Or it could include cross-country skiing or even ice skating. This video is about planning and design for active transportation. For both environmental and public health reasons, we need to find a way to get people to their destinations without using a single occupancy vehicle. The key to this is providing walking and cycling connections from where people live to where they work, where they learn, and where they play. It's not just families that are creating new trends in the housing market. It's surprising how all ages are looking for opportunities to have a more active lifestyle.
I've been watching the house prices slip down recently with some excitement. I'm really looking to buy soon. You know, I want to live someplace close to work, someplace close that I can cycle to or walk to. I don't own a car. I don't need a parking spot. I'm looking at a condo or an apartment. Me and my friends really need something different than our parents' generation.
In mid-2009, it appears that first-time buyers will be the next wave in bringing the housing market back to profitability. First-time buyers are looking for communities where active transportation is a key part of living. But it's not just the young that are changing. The town of Qualicum Beach on Vancouver Island in British Columbia has the oldest demographic in Canada. And yet Qualicum Beach has 6 cycling organizations. And the town is responding to citizen pressure to complete an extensive walking and cycling system. The reason is health.
These transportation investments are really based on often mobility management or mitigating congestion or increasing vehicle movement. And what that in effect does is it discounts or in fact doesn't even account for example, if people are more car dependent and more sedentary and more likely to weigh more and more likely to develop chronic disease and more likely to be sedentary, that in effect is a health impact. But we don't account for that because we know if people do not get the amount of physical activity they're required to get every day, that the likelihood of developing a chronic disease is much greater. And we know that chronic disease is expensive. But that's not factored into the transportation investments that we make, at least none that I've ever seen. But the cost could be far greater than what the transportation decision is even about.
Active transportation is about moving in a way that contributes to public health, both physical and social health. These facilities attract and integrate all ages. They are a focus of family fun and community well-being. In addition to these reasons, the fluctuating price of gas has been causing people to start to consider their transportation choices. And people want to get out of their cars. If they have appropriate facilities, 82% of Canadians are willing to walk more, and 66% will cycle more, given the right conditions. Active transportation can be achieved in a variety of ways and contexts, in dense urban communities, on streets, through parks and open space systems, and eventually across the countryside. In many cases, part of the active transportation system will be bicycle lanes and sidewalks along the roadside. This 1.5 meter wide bicycle lane is well designed and appropriately marked for one-way travel, and it is attractive to commuting cyclists. But many families prefer a multi-use trail running beside or separate from the road. This is more comfortable for young or slow-speed cyclists, and also for inline skates and electric wheelchairs. While a community-wide trail system will involve the local government, trails within developments can be in a variety of locations and forms, and they can be integrated with street, open space, and stormwater systems. These facilities are attractive year-round, in particular if they can connect to school and to transit locations. The key is to design for walking and cycling right from the beginning of a subdivision or building project. Cyclists and walkers prefer a grade of 5% or flatter, and they like the most direct route. Start a plan by identifying these walk-cycle routes to school, to work, or to transit. Only then should one design parcels and street patterns that accommodate these linkages. Inside the building, consider what will accommodate active transportation, like places to change clothes or to shower. For those that will arrive at a building by bicycle, provide well-placed, secure bike racks, preferably with weather protection. Consider both short-term and longer-term bicycle storage needs. For walkers, pay attention to what the street feels like to someone on foot. Safe street crossings, continuous sidewalks, appropriate lighting, street trees, and architecture that's easily accessible and visually engaging make the pedestrian experience more pleasant. Facilities like these for active transportation are facilities that attract purchasers. A study by the Urban Land Institute found that people would pay $26,000 US extra for homes in pedestrian-friendly communities. To reach this market, real estate agents are starting to use websites that give a community a walkability score. These are livable communities. They're healthy communities. They're marketable communities. They capture lead points, peer recognition, often a fast-track development approval process, and they capture a broad cross-section of the housing buyer market.